Test number 5. Test for equality of two population means. Aim here is to test the population mean are equal based on two random samples, that is to investigate the significance of the difference between two sample means x1 bar and x2 bar. Here two samples, here is two populations drawn from two samples. From this two populations, the population variance are equal sigma 1 square, sigma 2 square, both are equal, here is equal. Now the sample size n1, the sample size n2, the main assumption n1, n2 is greater than 30. Now we have to test is there any significant difference between two sample means or two population means. That is our aim of the test. There are two assumptions. N must be greater than 30. N is means N1 is greater than 30. N2 is greater than 30. For last sample case. In this case, we have to use Z test. The population variance are equal and known, which is denoted by sigma square. That is one of the assumption of this test. Null hypothesis, set up null hypothesis, step 1. So the two population means mu1 and mu2 are equal. There is no significant difference between two sample means. Two samples drawn from the one population. Two samples drawn from the one population. We have to test here x1 bar and x2 bar. Is there any significant difference between these two sample means? These two samples are drawn from the one population. But population variance are, here is sigma square, is known value. Now, notation H0, mu1 is equal to mu2. Alternate hypothesis, H1, mu1 not equal to mu2, mu1 greater than mu2, mu1 less than mu2. H1, mu1 not equal to mu2, H1, mu1 greater than mu2, mu1 less than mu2. So there are three alternate hypotheses. So this is, in this case, we should consider two-tail test. For this 2 and 3, use one-tail test, right tail, left tail. Under H0, the test statistics defined. Case 1, case 2, case 2. There are three cases are so possible. First case, two population variance are equal. Sigma 1 square equal to sigma 2 square is equal to sigma square. Z equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar by sigma square root of 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. So this is a defined concept. There is a derivation, but no need to take derivation. So this is a standard error of x1 bar minus x2 bar. Standard deviation of the sampling distribution. So now here is both sample means follows normal distribution. Difference of sample means also follows normal distribution. So now in this case, using this formula, sigma is known value, sigma is a population standard deviation. Case 2, when we have to use this case 2. But sigma 1 square not equal to sigma 2 square, both are different values. Two population variance are different. In this case, Z equal to x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of sigma 1 square plus sigma 2 square. Sigma 1 square by n1, sigma 2 square by n2. Case 3. So, sigma 1 square and sigma 2 square both are unknown values. Unknown values in this case. So, we have to use S1 square for loss sample case, S2 square, or use capital S1 square or capital S2 square. So, capital S1 square, capital S2 square, is same as to small s1 square small s2 for large case. So instead of capital S1 square capital S2 square, we can use small s1 square small s2 square, s1 square by n1 plus s2 square by n2. This follows n of 0 comma 1. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Conclusion. Modulus Z calculation less than or equal to Z table value at alpha percent level of significance. We accept the H0. The corresponding test is not significant. Modulus Z calculation is greater than Z table value. We reject the null hypothesis. The test is significant. This is very, very important comment. So now here using this test statistics, so which one is suitable for our problem? We have to use that corresponding test statistics and so find out the write the comments on the our H0 and H1. Problem 5. So very important problem here for the examination point of view also. So now problem 5, the average hourly wage of a sample of 150 workers in plant A was 2.56. Average hourly wage with standard deviation 1.08. The average sample of 200 workers in plant B was 2.87 rupees. So with standard deviation 1.28. Plant A standard deviation 1.08, plant B standard deviation 1.28. Can an applicant safely assume that hourly wage paid by the plant B are higher than those paid by plant A? So now we have to test this statement here. Is it true or is it acceptable or rejectable? In this case here, solution. X1 is equal to letter. X1 is equal to hourly wage of workers in plant A. X2 is equal to hourly wage of workers in plant B. N1 is equal to, given that 150 samples, 150 workers in the plant A. N2 is equal to 200 workers in the plant B. X1 bar average amount is given, that is 2.56 in plant A. X2 bar is X2 bar is 2.87. So sample standard deviation is given. Sample standard deviation is given. S1 is equal to 1.08. S2 value is equal to 1.28. S2 value is more than S1 value. So plant B workers less consistent compare the plant A workers here. So the hourly wage of workers in plant A is more consistent compared to this two standard deviation. Because standard deviation is less, the corresponding data is more consistent data. Now here H0, prepare the H0. Mu1 is equal to mu2. There is no significance difference between two sample means. There is no significance difference between. There is no significance difference between. There is no significance between the mean level of wages, the mean level of wages of workers in plant A and plant B. plant B. That is H naught. So now H1 alternative hypothesis. Based on the requirement, can an applicant safely assume that the hourly wage paid by the plant B are higher than those paid by plant A? That is here based on this one here. Mu1 is greater than, here is mu2. Mu2 is the average wage of plant B worker is more than average wage of plant A worker. Mu2 is greater than mu1. Mu2 is greater than mu1, or mu1 is less than mu2. This is left tail test. Now you mention the statement here. Average wage of plant A workers is less than the average wage of plant B workers. Alternatively, you can also write the average wage of plant B workers is more than the average wage of the plant A workers. Both are same statements. So step 1 is over, step 2 is over, step 3. Now suitable here. Which case is suitable here? Here sigma 1 and sigma 2 are, sigma 1 square, sigma 2 square are unknown values. Use estimators of sigma 1 square and sigma 2 square. Estimators of sigma 1 square. Sigma 1 square is sigma 1 square cap is equal to S1 square. Sigma 2 square cap is equal to S2 square for large sample case, either capital S1 square or small s1 square. Small s1 square is available in the problem. Now in this case, Z formula, x1 bar minus x2 bar by square root of s1 square by n1 plus s2 square by n2, both n1 and n2 greater than 30, is follows n of 0 comma 1, n of 0 comma 1. Now here is x1 bar is equal to 2.56 minus 2.87 dividing by square root of s1 square value is given 1.08 whole square dividing by 150 workers in plant A, 1.28 whole square, 1.28 whole square dividing by 200 workers. The final result after simplification, the final result minus 2.46. Mod Z calculation is equal to 2.46 is less than 2.58, or mod Z calculation 2.46 is greater than 1.645, one tail test concept. Here also change this one. This is 1% level, this value 2.33. 2.46 less than 2.46 is more than, okay. It's also same. .46 is greater than 2.33. 2.46 greater than 1.645. So now H naught is rejected. H naught is rejected. H naught is rejected. at H0 is rejected at 5% LOS and 1% LOS. That is, we accept H1, alternative hypothesis. What is alternate hypothesis? Here is the average wage of plant A workers is less than the average wage of plant B workers, or the average wage of plant B workers is more than the average wage of plant A workers. That is the alternative hypothesis. So this is an example for understanding purpose of the test procedure. So equality of two population means is over is very important for the examination point of view. Direct question will be given in the examination. Next, test number 6. Test number 6. That is the equality of two population standard deviations. Equality of test for equality of two population standard deviations. What is aim? To test the standard deviations of the two populations sigma 1, sigma 2 are equal based on the two random samples. That is to investigate the significance of the difference between two sample standard deviations S1 and S2. Assumption: the two samples are independently drawn from the normal population. That is very important. The sample size are sufficiently large. So N1, N2 is greater than 30. Since the population standard deviation sigma 1, sigma 2 are unknown, they are replaced by their estimates S1 and S2 in this case. Null hypothesis: there is no significant difference between two population standard deviations or two sample standard deviations, or the two population standard deviations sigma 1, sigma 2 are equal. H0, sigma 1 is equal to sigma 2. Alternative hypothesis: H1 is equal to H1, sigma 1 not equal to sigma 2, sigma 1 greater than sigma 2, sigma 1 less than sigma 2. There are three alternate hypotheses. First one is two-tail test, second and third are one-tail test. This is two-tail test, this is one-tail test. Corresponding Z statistics. Z is equal to S1 minus S2 by square root of S1 square by 2n1 S2 square by 2n2. This is standard error of S1 minus S2. Is very important formula for the examination point of view. Remember, square root of S1 square by 2n1 plus S2 square by 2n2. S1 is equal to, so square root of summation xi minus x bar whole square by n1. S2 is equal to square root of summation yi minus y bar whole square by n2. S1 square, S1, S2 defined here. Both are standard sample standard deviations. Conclusion: mod Z calculation less than or equal to Z table value, we accept H0. The corresponding test is not significant. Modulus Z calculation is greater than Z table value, we reject null hypothesis. Test is so significant. So for understanding purpose of this very simple test here, so now we can we have to solve this problem here. A random sample of size drawn from the two countries gave the following data relating to the heights of adult males. Country A, country B. Average height of the country A 67.42 inches. So the average height of the mean average means. So country B is 67.25, standard deviation 2.582, standard deviation of country B 2.50, number of samples in 1000, number of samples in country B 1200. Is the difference between standard deviation significant? Straight. So requirement: is the difference between standard deviation significant? The difference is significant or not here? So simple hypothesis and simple alternative hypothesis. Now solution. Now here given that N1 is equal to 1000, N2 is equal to 1200. Two sample sizes here. X1 bar is equal to 67.42 inches. X2 bar is equal to, that is 67.25. The mean height of country A, country B. So now standard deviations, sample standard deviations are given. S1 is equal to 2.5 inches. S2 is equal to 2.50 inches. Here, sigma 1, sigma 2 both are unknown here. In this case, we have to use, instead of sigma 1, sigma 2, use S1 and S2. Now here, H0, here sigma 1 is equal to, two population standard deviations are equal. So there is no significant difference between two sample. There is no significant difference between two sample standard deviations. Alternate hypothesis, straight. So here is simple to composite, not simple to simple, simple to composite. Sigma 1 not equal to sigma 2. Is there any significant difference between two sample standard deviations? Yes or no here? So now here there is no difference between two sample standard deviations. Alternative hypothesis, there is no significant, there is a significant difference between two sample standard deviations or two population standard deviations. Here we have examined the population standard deviations based on the sample standard deviations. So now the formula is, here is Z formula. So S1 minus S2 by a square root of S1 square by 2n1 plus S2 square by 2n2 follows n of 0 comma 1. Z is equal to 2.58, substitute S1 value, S2 value 2.50 by square root of 2.58 square by 2 into 1000 plus 2.50 square by 2 into 1200. The final simplified answer is equal to 0.07. 0.077. Now using this value, here is Z calculation value 0.077. Z table value at 5% level, two-tail concept. Two-tail table value at 5% level 0.05 to 1.96. Z calculation is less than Z table value. We accept H0. We conclude that there is no significant difference between two sample standard deviations or two population standard deviations. The corresponding test is not significant. That is very, very important. This is the nationwide universities. So model of the question here. So problem is given. Is it the test is significant or not here? So now using this procedure, easily we can here. So whether the H0 is accepted, the test is not significant. Whether the H0 is rejected, the corresponding test is so significant. That is the thumb rule. Using the thumb rule, easily we can identify the correct solution of the problem. So now test for equality of two population correlation coefficients. Test for equality of two population correlation coefficients. So this is the last test of the last sample test. What is the aim here? To test the two population correlation coefficient ρ1 and ρ2 are equal based on the two independent bivariate random samples. That is to investigate the significance difference between two sample correlation coefficients R1 and R2. Assumption: the population from which the sample drawn is a bivariate normal population. The relationship between X and Y is linear. The variance in Y values is independent of the X values. The variance in y values is independent of x values. So now this is the very, very important one. So now here is the two population correlation coefficient rho 1, rho 2 are equal. That is the null hypothesis. H naught rho 1 is equal to rho 2. There is no significant difference between two sample correlation coefficients R1 and R2 or two population correlation coefficients rho 1, rho 2. We have to investigate the two population correlation coefficients are equal or not here. So now H naught is, there is no significant difference between two sample correlation coefficients R1, R2. Alternate hypothesis, so two-tail test, one-tail test. The rho 1 not equal to rho 2, rho 1 is greater than rho 2, rho 1 is less than rho 2. Now, test statistic Z is equal to U1 minus U2 by square root of 1 by N1 minus 3 plus 1 by N2 minus 3. So, it's very typical formula using Fisher-Z transformation. So this test statistics is defined. This follows n of 0, 1 for large case. Under H naught, U1 is what here? 1 by 2 log 1 plus R1 by 1 minus R1. U2 is equal to 1 by 2 log base E 1 plus R2 by 1 minus R2. Xi1. So Xi is a very important one here. Is a so statistic here. Xi1 is equal to 1 by 2 log n log base E 1 plus rho 1 by 1 minus rho 1 population. So correlation, this is sample correlation used here, same formula. So in Xi population correlation, so used 1 by 2 Xi2 1 by 2 log base E 1 plus rho 2 by 1 minus rho 2. Now conclusion, mod Z calculation less than or equal to Z table value, we accept H naught, the corresponding test is not significant. Otherwise, modulus Z calculation greater than Z or Z table value, we reject null hypothesis, corresponding test is significant. So this is the population correlation coefficients is based on the Fisher-Z transformation. Fisher-Z transformation. Now, a suitable example application. So, very important application for this test here. Limited applications are there here. A market research company is keen to categorize a variety of brands of potato crisps based on the correlation coefficients of consumer performances. The market research company had found that if consumers' performance for brands are similar, then marketing programs can be merged. That is very important. Two brands of potato crisps are compared for the two advertising regions. So panels are selected size 28 and 35 for the two regions, and correlation coefficients for the brand preparations are 0.50 and 0.30 respectively. So here are the two associations significant, or can marketing programs be merged? So for marketing programs be merged, for this case correlation coefficient is suitable. So now here we have to use Fisher-Z transformation test procedure. You solve this problem here. So first here set up null hypothesis. Set up null hypothesis. Two sample correlation. Two sample correlation coefficients do not differ significantly. Do not differ significantly, or market programs be merged. For this case, correlation coefficient is so suitable. Here is the correlation coefficient is a good measure to use for group marketing research programs. That is very important one. Based on that one, we can apply this here. That is here H naught. Rho 1 is equal to rho 2. Alternative hypothesis, rho 1 not equal to rho 2. Rho 1 not equal to rho 2. Here is given that some information is given in the problem. Using that information, we have to solve this problem. Given that N1 is 28 samples, one region, N2 is second region 35. So correlation coefficients, sample correlation coefficients are computed. Region 1 0.5, region 2 0.30. So first of all, what is Z formula here? Test statistics, step 1, step 2, step 3, Z formula. U1 minus U2 by square root of 1 by N1 minus 3 plus 1 by N2 minus 3. Here no need to use this Xi1 and Xi2 here because so Xi1, Xi2 means here both are equal because rho 1 is equal to rho 2. So actually here U1 minus U2 minus expectation of Xi1, expectation of Xi1 minus Xi2, expectation of Xi1 is equal to expectation of Xi2. So the value is equal to 0. No need to take this Xi1, Xi2. No need to be calculated Xi1, Xi2. So we have here we have under H naught this test statistics is prepared here. Now Z formula is equal to U1 minus U2 by square root of 1 by N1 minus 3 plus 1 by N2 minus 3 is follows normal distribution, a large case, standard normal variate. Now U1 is equal to, what is U1 formula? U1 formula is equal to, this is 1 by 2 log base C, 1 plus R1 value 0.5 by 1 minus 0.5. After simplification, this U1 is equal to, tables are also available. So directly we can calculate using the calculator. This value is equal to 0.5493. Similarly, U2 is equal to 1 by 2 log base C. So 1 plus 0.30, 1 minus 0.30, that is equal to 0.3095. Now Z is equal to 0.5493 minus 0.3095 dividing by square root of 1 by N1 is equal to 28, 28 minus 3, 25 plus 1 by N2 value 35, 35 minus 3, 32. This final result is equal to Z value 0.8985. Now we have to test this one at 5% level. At alpha is equal to 5% level, LOS. Z 0.05 is equal to 1.96, two-tail test here, two-tail test. Z calculation value is equal to 0.8985 is less than 1.96. So we accept H naught. We accept H naught. That is, there is no significant difference between two population correlation coefficients or based on this one, the market programs be merged here. We conclude that market programs be merged. Based on this information, the market programs be merged. This is problem 7. So large sample test is over. Next, go to the small sample test.